Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case, The Conspiracy, Case 2, Hell with Other People. Let's unlock Chapter 3, and Rita has gone a bit mad. I can't believe you pried into my personal affairs, Gabriel. I said that you're embarrassed, Rita, but there's no reason to be. I'm not embarrassed, just know that if you ever look at my laptop again, I will... Rita, Gabriel, just what is going on? Nothing's going on. Turned out that being a deal. I just happened to catch a glance at Rita's computer. I was on a dating site. There, I said it. I intimidated men in person, so I'm trying to meet them online. Now forget this conversation ever happened. Jesus. Really was just an innocent mistake, Katrina. I better go apologize. I heard Rita didn't like talking about personal stuff, but that was a little extreme. But you're right, can't let it distract us from the case. We are in need of clues, and we're better to find them than the steakhouse our killer visited. Let's go. Alright, so that was nothing to do with our victim. Oh, and there's Ramirez spying on the victim, because that's his job. He was hired for that. Alright, so let's investigate the restaurant again. Oh, is that your phone? Yeah, it is. Hey, what's this supposed to be? Hotel key. What do I need that for? Nice job, Katina. Cell phone appears to have belonged to the victim. She must have forgotten it here. You can learn about the person by looking at their phone, so let's have a go at that password. And this appears to be a room key from a local motel. Something seems to have been written on the key. Can you recover it? We better take the two people back together too. Continue, the sooner we solve this case the better. I want to make a good impression of my first shift. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, let's first dust this motel key. Every motel 104. LA, how about we meet here tonight? Tyler. Well, I'll be dogged. The Western motel key was addressed to our victim. Says LA, how about we meet here tonight? It's signed by Tyler, the teenager who works here as a waiter. Well, look, Katia. Tyler invited LA into a motel. We already know she was sleeping around, but he's a little more than a kid. Surely she wouldn't have. I agree, we need to talk to Tyler again and fast. Oh. We're having an affair with him. Alright, now let's unlock victim's cell phone. Looks like the victim got a voicemail she had to listen to, Katrina. Well, there's only one thing for it. Let's have a listen. Mr. Seymour, I have asked you time and time again. Please do not call to make any more appointments in favor of your family practice. I strongly suggest you find yourself a new physician because my secretary is under strict instructions not to take your calls. If you have your family practice, Katrina, especially must have been left by the physician we met earlier. I wonder why Mr. Gibbs is no longer wanting late to visit his practice, though. Let's ask him. Alright. Alright, now let's piece this document. Public lawyer. Oh. Oh. Poophead. What? But there appears to be some sort of a legal document, but someone is doodle all over it. It's a title official testimony, but I can't make out who filed it because someone wrote Poophead over their name. That someone must be a lady. She's marked as a defendant. I guess she's the one who drew all those doodles too. Who could have thrown away with this illegal document and why, Katrina? We'll never be able to figure it out with these scribblers all over it, but hopefully Caddy can fix that. But how's she going to do that? We'll see about that. Poophead. Alright, first let's go talk to Tyler. Tyler, financial invitation to a late Pretty slick, huh? I spent a week's wages on that room for us. Yes, very smooth, so you're having relations with our victim. I wish! I went to all the effort to booking that motel room and then she turned me down. Locked in my face, in fact. But I know for a fact that she was sleeping with half the neighborhood, so why did she reject me? I was humiliated. Regardless of how many people LA slept with young man, you weren't entitled to expect anything from her. And if you really rejection lady to commit murder, you can expect a hefty prison sentence. I didn't say anything. Yeah, he's not so suspicious, right? Well, I'm gonna check him out. No. Dr. Gibbs, find your voicemail to our victim. Why is Mrs. Seabrook no longer welcome at your practice? Oh, I knew I should have told you about that. Well, Mrs. Seabrook was a nightmare. She was a complete and utter hypochondriac with no concern for the welfare of my other patients. She'd come and see me on the slightest pretext, sometimes multiple times a day. Sometimes she came in for things that didn't even concern her. One time she came in to ask if her husband needed to go to her because he ordered his steak rather than well done. I pride myself on my patience, yeah, but Elaine still pushed me to my limit. Oh, her husband is #1 suspect. Let's see whose name is on this document. Hey again, Katrina. You'll be pleased to know that maybe Sally managed not to throw up on your last sample this time. Though I have to say your victim master had the emotional maturity of an infant to do all of this document. Yeah, Elaine might have looked like butter would melt in her mouth, but that clearly wasn't the case. Did you manage to figure out what that legal document related to? I did. The name of the person who filed that lawsuit, the so-called poop head, that was Rosewood Wilcox, local principal. The lawsuit relates to an event which took place while Rosewood and Elaine were both at university. You see, Miss Wilcox was almost expelled for copying Elaine's coursework. What? The principal of my son's school is a cheat? Well, that's open to debate. Miss Wilcox has always maintained that it was your victim who copied her coursework. But a few weeks back, Miss Wilcox turned Elaine with this document asking her to admit responsibility for her actions. Judging by the doodles, it didn't go down so well. Katia, Miss Wilcox said she hadn't reconnected with Elaine in recent years, but clearly she was lying. Let's ask her about this document. Wait, did we meet her in season 1? Because clearly she said she was at the university. She went to the university, but no, I don't think I remember her being in the first season. So, Miss Wilcox, when you spoke earlier, you said you hadn't been in touch with Elaine in recent years, but this document proves otherwise. Oh dear, you found that. Well, I just wanted Elaine to take responsibility for her actions. I thought she'd have grown up, that she couldn't possibly still be the same selfish, self-absorbed person she was at college. So I had my lawyer send her that document. When I met with Elaine to get it back, she showed me that she'd done and ripped it off in front of my face. That must have been infuriating indeed, but why ask Elaine to confess after all this time? Because this has been a black mark on my record ever since. I missed out on a job at one of the best schools in the state because of it. And so you killed her in retaliation for ruining your prospects, is that it? Of course not, I was angry, but I'm not a murderer, Detective. I just unwound by doing some godly before having a few glasses of wine at my meal at the steakhouse that night. Oh, but I kind of have a feeling it's her husband that killed her. Yeah, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but Rita really does sound like she was a terrible person. Not only did she waste the time of a local physician Dr. Gibbs without any consideration for his other patients, she also left Christopher Wilcox with a black mark on her record which will affect her employment process for the rest of her career. With so many enemies, how are we going to discover who actually killed Elaine, Katrina? It's worth taking another look to see what the murder. I agree. Let's get back to Elwood Avenue. Yeah. So everybody hated you. It's always like that. But who killed you, we'll see. It's always a person who doesn't hate you that much, but who always is a killer. But everybody disliked you of our suspects, so who was happier enough that she's dead? Oh, the nail gun, that's the murder weapon. I'm not particularly handy around the house, Katia, but I'll be damned if that's not a nail gun. You found a murder weapon. And you're right, there are some feathers strapped today. We'd better take a sample quick. I saw that toolbox if you think we might find that lead inside, then let's dig in. Katia, I got the feeling that our first investigation together is drawing to an end. Let's catch this killer. Let's catch him then, but first we need to examine these clues and then send him to analysis and then wait, which is boring. But alright, it has to be like that. So let's first search this toolbox. It's a bloody napkin. Alright, handkerchief then. Well, your ace is proved right yet again, Katia. The handkerchief you found in the toolbox is soaked with blood. I'd bet my bottle though that this handkerchief is tied to the murder. Let's get to Robert to find out. It always is when we find something bloody that it's actually victim's blood. Alright, now this nail gun. Let's examine the murder weapon. This series of from the murder weapon could be the clue which breaks this case wide open, Katia. Let's get into Rupert. Okay. And 15 hours as always. Let's check out first this bloody handkerchief. I'll be the one giving you the results of that bloody handkerchief you sent us, Katia. I finally got Rupert to try out my VR headset, and to put it in his words, he had a bit of a funny turn. I think that's British for feeling unwell. Either way, Robert's having a quick lie down. Well, I trusted you up to the job, kiddo. What did you get for the handkerchief? The bottle was empty your victims, which means you killer must have wiped their hands on the handkerchief after the murder. But clearly they weren't thinking straight, because by doing so they left a small sample of their own DNA on the handkerchief. Once the body was more than enough for me to ascertain that you are looking for a killer has green eyes. So a killer has green eyes. Well, soon now, the green light slapped cuffs on them, Katia. You are good. You know that, Gloria, with your, how do you call it, pun. Alright, now this beige fibers. Ah, Katia, I'm just having a cup of tea to ease this awful headache I've got. Robert, we are on the whole stretch here. Why'd you got on those fibers, Katia, for her nail gun? You just so happen to be in luck, Katia. The fibers pertain to a subject matter which is close to my heart. You see, the fibers are made of the finest box-calf leather as evidenced by the heavy grain and smooth finish. What's more, I also noticed that the leather fibers were darker on one side than the other, suggesting prolonged contact with the oils from human skin. What's hard to put two and two together, the only leather that would be in continuous contact with the skin is a watch strap. The fibers come from a good old-fashioned watch. So, here was a watch, do they? Well, I'll cut it down a minute until we have them behind bars, Katia. Yeah, I think I did notice how our suspects were wearing watches. That's it, Katia, you and I are about to solve my very first case with the Graceful PD. Let's arrest this killer. You're gonna have fun doing so, Gloria. Let's see who nailed the victim to death. Oh, I thought it was going to be your husband, but he doesn't have a watch. Or he's just... can you lift your left hand so I can see if you have a watch? No, he's not gonna do it, so that he's out. That's not even Roosevelt, she has brown eyes. Of course. What, the dog poop wasn't enough and you had to kill her because of reputation? Because she got drunk on your dinner party? What went wrong? Miss Lee, you are arrested for the murder of Helene Seabrook. Were you really that upset by her behavior that you killed her? Goodness, how dare you accuse someone like me of murder, Katia? You won't find a more upstanding member of the community. Right, so upstanding that you left a tire print from your SUV on the victim's jacket as you raced away from the scene of the murder. Is that all the evidence you have? Most of Fairview's residents drive an SUV. The pressures of suburban life necessitate a multi-purpose vehicle. Yes, and you take the pressure off by Godly, we know. You left traces of your friend's lies on the victim's sunglasses. Being green in town doesn't prove I killed Elaine. No, but your green eyes do. You let traces of your DNA on the handkerchief you used to wipe your hands clean of Elaine's blood. Fine, you got me, Detective. I killed Elaine, but she deserved it. Deserved it? What? All because Elaine got drunk and disrupted your little neighborhood dinner party? That's insane. Of course not, that'd be ridiculous. I killed her because she threw up on my prize peonies and killed them. That's even more insane. You don't understand, I spent all year tending to my floral baby so that I can participate in Fairview's best kept garden competition. This year was my year, I was going to win, I needed to win. But Elaine sabotaged me, she deserved to die. I have no idea of the pressure I'm under, Detective. If I'm not perfect, I'm nothing. Jesus. There, you sure didn't lie about the pressures of our life, Miss Lane. You're under arrest. Jesus, all because she threw up on your plans. Wow. Cynthia Lane, you said accused of the murder of Elaine Seabrook. How do you plead? Guilty, you are, but you have to understand what Elaine did to me. Right, I see that you killed her because she vomited, flower beds. Not just my flower beds, my prize peonies. The only things that matter around here are how well maintained your garden is, how chewy your cookies are, how often you go to pie lates. There's so much pressure to be the perfect housewife. I think I heard enough. For the murder of Elaine Seabrook, this court sentenced to 20 years in prison, and given your evident emotional distress, asked to fill psychological counseling. Yeah, you need that. Will there be a garden? Will there be peonies? Oh, stop thinking about gardens and flowers. You don't need that in prison. Gloria, I'd like to congratulate you on solving your first case with the Greensboro PD. I think you're going to fit in just fine around here. Thanks, Chief. I couldn't have done it without Katrina. I knew the type of crime here would be different from Chicago, but I'm still struggling to believe a person could kill someone over some flowers. My ex-husband always wanted me to give up my career and become a housewife, but stuff like this makes me glad I didn't. Anyway, I reckon we make a pretty kick-ass team, don't we, Katrina? Now I say we go out for a meal to celebrate. Yeah, let's celebrate. We deserve it. You killed only because she vomited on your plans. Jesus, I think she has some psychological issues here. She really needs to see a psychiatrist. Alright, we're gonna start here. We're gonna continue playing The Old Friends New Beginnings number 2. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!